This program is rated PG. It contains themes and scenes which may not be suitable for very young audiences. Parental guidance is advised.
Be advised that the views and opinions of the hosts and guests do not reflect those of the station.
I want to leap over buildings, want to fly over the shores, save the people from the villains, catch the crooks who rob the stores, write my name upon the sky, and when you call me, I'll be there, faster than a lightning flash, rushing through the cool night air. So start ignition, count to zero. I just wanna be a superhero. With fearless thoughts, emotions swirl. I wanna be the man that saves the world, yeah. The world is full of super problems, so we made up a Superman, but he is just imaginary. And here we stand without a plan, with new ideas and innovation. Man still cannot tame creation, and though I'm told I'll never fly, that doesn't mean that
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Philippines Uncut. I'm your host, Buddy Kunana. Now, in this show, we talk about everything under the sun, and tonight we're talking about our favorite advocacy here, the environment, and especially since we're celebrating Earth Day. And joining us to talk about Earth Day is a rising star in Philippine local politics, Councilor Hexalon Alvarez of Santiago City. Hex, welcome to Philippines Uncut.
Hi, thank you for inviting me. It's truly an honor and a pleasure to be a guest here on your show.
No, I'm happy that you're here because actually, and I'll say it, you're the child of two very prominent parents. One, your father, former Senator Harrison Alvarez, now Climate Change Commissioner, right?
That's right.
And your mom, of course, is the famous Cecil Guidote Alvarez. And you are now following in their footsteps of public service. And they've been on my show several times on different occasions. I'm so happy that you're here now. And because I want to talk about you and your work and how you're involved in carrying on your parents' fight for to save the environment.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about you, Hex.
Okay.
What is your background and how did you get? Okay, of course you come from a political family, but what spurred you to do what you're doing now?
I guess it was just my upbringing. I mean, well, we're family friends, so you know how it is when you grow up in a very social, aware of certain. You have a certain set of values that you live by, a certain set of principles that you are pretty much indoctrinated into. So there's really no other recourse but to pretty much follow the footsteps.
Of course.
Gingerly follow the footsteps. However, I'm a freshman counselor in Santiago City.
And I understand this is also where your father began his political career, right?
That's right.
He's really from Santiago.
Yes. He's a native. He's actually a member of one of the indigenous groups there.
Oh, really?
Yeah. We have an indigenous heritage basically the founders of Santiago City are from the Ibanag and Gadang tribes. So right now, Santiago City is a melting pot of multicultural. It's more of a trade center now. However, it first started out as a trading post, but it was established by the indigenous people.
How big is the city? What's the population?
We're about 180,000.
Okay.
It's land area. There are about 38 barangays in Santiago City. And in the council, we are 10.
Okay.
And we're actually celebrating our 20th anniversary of cityhood.
Of cityhood. Okay.
This May 1st to the 5th.
Anything special planned for this anniversary?
Well, there are actually a series of events that, of course, I'm inviting everyone to please join the festivities. It was formerly called the Pataraday Festival. It was an award-winning festival. Pataraday is actually a Ibanag term, which means unity, and this was. It was coined, the festival was coined that way, and it won various awards by the Department of Tourism, awarded by that. Now we are celebrating our 20th anniversary, and there's going to be a series of events, so lots of fun and games and, just a lot of smiles.
X, the north, unfortunately, northern Luzon, has been neglected. I mean, people don't really think about going to northern Luzon when they talk about going on holiday. Now, if you were to talk to me, let's say as a traveler, and I say, how would you sell Santiago or Isabela as a province or northern Luzon to me? I mean, what do you guys have to offer up there?
Well, right now, within our organization, the Philippine Counselors League, it was brought before the board that we should sell or market our respective areas, not just by the city itself, but we should do it region-wide. So the region where I come from, the region that I represent, which is Region 2, it comprises of several provinces. You have Isabela, you also have Quirino, you have Batanes.
Wow.
So that's another ecotourism spot.
That's a gem.
It's a very good gem. You also have, well, of course, Santiago City, and then you have Nueva Vizcaya and Quirino. So those are 5 provinces.
So if you can all tie that together, in one comprehensive tourism package, you're looking at a powerhouse here. But in your province, what is there to do? Let's say, okay, Batanes, I mean, it has its mystique already for tourism. But let's say Isabela, Cagayan, what is there to do there?
Okay, my province, because it's kind of a different setup, because I'm from Santiago City, and Santiago City is a independent component city.
Okay, what does that mean?
Okay, isang independent component city, we form part of the physical aspect of Isabela.
Because you lie in Isabela. You're
However, politically, we are independent of it. So we're kind of distinct. We have a special setup there.
Okay. Now, why do some cities choose to be that way? I mean, how come some cities choose to remain as part of the province, but how come some cities like Santiago choose to become autonomous? What is the advantage? I mean, how come?
Well, I guess the advantage would be budgetary, because if you are lucky enough to be declared an independent city, that means you pretty much are entitled to, or you have the equivalent budgetary share, or from our era, as much as the province, almost as much as the province. Yeah.
Okay. ERA, Internal Revenue Allotment.
That's right. That's correct.
Okay, interesting. Now, tell us about your job as a council. How has it been? This is your first foray into politics. You're from a political family. First time you run, and you won. And how's it been? It's been.
It's been interesting. It's been very interesting, and it's been very enlightening.
Okay.
And it's inspiring, and I'm filled with hope and enthusiasm, because there's so much work that has to be done. And in order for us to actually create some sort of catalyst for social or economic development within that particular region, I believe that the elected officials there really have to set a higher standard, or should really set the bar, and really follow the mandate of the people. Because when I first entered into the whole political scenario, I was really
Idealistic?
very ideal. I still am.
You still are. Good, good. Don't,
I still am.
don't lose that.
We should never lose our idealism. And I am actually nakakataba rin ng puso because I get a lot of comments and a lot of supporting words na okay naman yung ganung klaseng pakikitungo na dapat naman talaga we should really try to use good governance as one of our tools for social development. Because primarily, because the job of a counselor is really to legislate local ordinances, resolutions, gumagawa ng batas yan. Ako napansin ko sa pagpasok ko sa local legislature, not a lot of people understand what a counselor is supposed to do.
Yes.
And the important thing here is kailangan talaga ine-educate yung mga tao para natututo rin sila at nagkakaroon sila ng participatory, or they're included in the whole process.
For sure. And you'd be surprised because a lot of people, really, not just in the province, but even here in Manila, don't really know what a counselor does. Right? So in layman's terms, okay, it's legislating local, it's enacting local legislation, yeah?
That's right.
What else?
Well, you also have oversight. It's kind
Oversight
of
over?
Oversight over the laws that you enacted. Like, for example, I chair two committees. The Committee on Good Governance, Public Accountability, that's the Blue Ribbon, and of course, the Committee on Environment and Climate Change. So all of the local ordinances or issuances
you supervise that, you monitor.
You monitor. You have to
important
make sure.
job.
Yeah, you have to make sure. Kasi ang tawag nga sa konsehal sa Tagalog, kagawad.
Kagawad.
So, binabantayan mo ang kapakanan ng mga bumoto sa inyo. So it's important that we roll this out to the people. Tapos we encourage them to participate. Kasi minsan parang hinahayaan na lang parang
yung yung problema, karamihan, ang dami dyan na nagrereklamo, pero hindi naman nagpa-participate, di ba?
That's right, that's right. In order for us to have real good governance, kailangan natin nakikialam ang mga tao.
Of course,
you have to include them. So one of the
are you guys doing that in Isabela?
The first ordinance that I was lucky enough to get passed was my it was coined SP Matapat. It was
SP Matapat.
Yes, that's the Sangguniang Panlungsod, an enhanced transparency move by making use of quad media resources. For example, the internet, social media, and other things. This was the first, one of the first ordinances that was passed because we're the 8th council in Santiago City.
Yeah.
So right now, our constituents in Santiago can now, interact with their leaders
online
via Facebook.
Now, okay, we're talking about the province here, and I haven't been to Santiago in a long time. I'm talking like 20, 25 years.
Yeah.
Okay? So, how is it now? I mean, like, are the people? Is social media, is the internet?
It's
widely
booming.
used there.
It's widely. It's really widely used. You'd be surprised on how many Facebookers you have. When I first joined, I never had more than like 100 friends, and then now it's like
you gotta open up two.
Yeah, I have to open up 2, 3, and then have under and it's really time consuming. But it's interesting because it gives you an opportunity to really interact with your constituents, and you can actually get real-time
For sure. Yeah.
Yeah, real
More
time.
responsive.
Yes,
right.
it's more responsive.
Is the population of Santiago a young population? Relatively
Yes,
young?
actually, predominantly, we're a young population. The last election, 60% of those who voted were under 35.
Wow.
Yeah, under
Yeah,
35.
that's
Under
big.
35. Yeah.
And Santiago's always been an economic hub, no, of the north, of Isabela, of
That's right,
the
that's
area. So it really, as you said, it's a melting pot. It attracts, like any melting pot, it attracts people from all over.
That's right.
They come there for work, for business.
Yeah, they actually, you know, it's kind of like, I guess you could model it kind of like New York City, you know, where everybody goes there, you know, merchants go there, they try a new life. You'd be surprised because ang dami kong mga kababayan na Kapampangan, pero nandun sila sa norte, meron pang mga from Davao, from all over.
But primarily, it's an agriculture-based economy over there. Is it?
In Region 2,
Yeah.
it's primarily agricultural. Actually, in Santiago City, 70% of the total land area is still classified as agricultural. However, it's more of a trading hub. It's more of a trading hub.
For people to bring their goods, their
Yeah,
produce,
yes,
and from
sir.
there it fans out
That's
maybe
right, that's
down
right.
to Manila.
That's right.
And I understand it's much easier to get to Santiago now compared to way back when. I mean, it takes about 5-6 hours now compared to 10, 12.
That's right.
About
That's
10
right.
years ago, no?
It's about, well, if you wanna, it's about 5 to 6 hours if you're driving. But if you're taking public transport, siguro mga 7 hours. But it's been greatly reduced because of the opening up of the SCTEX and the T-Plex superhighway system. So you go through Tarlac and then you cut through.
It just cuts the travel time so much, you know. But you still have to go through that whole Dalton Pass.
Oh yeah,
Thing up north.
definitely, definitely. And you know, sometimes the traffic can be a really big problem sometimes, especially like if there's like a landslide or if there's like an accident. Like the last time I took a bus going back to Isabela, it took me 14 hours.
Okay, wow. Oh, yeah,
So it's really,
that sounds like the old days. 14
yeah,
hours.
yeah, yeah.
Now, your council, it's composed of 10
That's right.
councilors, and you guys all young people as well, or
Yeah,
what's the dynamic there?
actually, we're relatively young. We're all pretty much under the age of 40, except for
okay.
1 or 2.
Okay.
So we're all, you know, wide-eyed, energetic, and raring to go young local legislators who really want to make a difference. And hopefully, God willing, we're going to start doing it.
What are your special projects in the pipeline?
Special projects. Well, aside from my transparency advocacy, we're also trying to finish up our local environmental code and climate change code.
Yan,
Hopefully
yes.
that's going to be completed before the end of this year because, you know, it's also Earth Day. We really have to start paying attention, and we cannot just, you know, blindly, you know, close our eyes and see, you know, and allow ourselves to continue to destroy our environment. Nakakaano na talaga.
Yes, and you know, Isabela traditionally has been, I mean, there was a lot of logging that went on there. I know for a fact, a lot of logging in the old days. And
Now, hindi na pwede kasi wala nang ilalag eh.
that's sad. I mean,
Now it's tree farming.
Tree
because,
farming.
yeah, because you have all of these denuded forests. Now, we open up an opportunity to social entrepreneurs who would like to partner up, and then what they do is they parang adopt a portion of a denuded area, tapos i-reforest nila yun.
Is it that bad when you say, I mean, of course you were speaking in jest when you said lahat naputol na, but is it really that, I mean, did logging really become that bad up in Isabela?
Well, it really just wasn't because of logging, and it's not just in Isabela per se, but within the region because, you know, it's mountainous, so there are lots of trees and lots of, you know, opportunities, and, you know, not a lot of people had other, you know, sources of income. So hindi lang yung sa logging nangyari yan, pati sa kainyeros.
Nanguhuling, isa pa yan. Hex, hold that thought because we have paused for a break. Guys, don't go away because more of Councilor Hexon Alvarez and Earth Day in Santiago City in Isabela when Philippines Uncut returns. I want to
I want to leap over buildings, want to fly over the shores, save the people from the villains, catch the crooks who rob the stores, write my name upon the sky, and when you call me, I'll be there, faster than a lightning flash, rushing through the cool night air.
This program is rated PG. It contains themes and scenes which may not be suitable for very young audiences. Parental guidance is advised.
Be advised that the views and opinions of the hosts and guests do not reflect those of the station.
It's just imaginary, and here we stand without a plan, with new ideas and innovation. Man still cannot tame creation, and though I'm told I'll never fly, that doesn't mean that
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Philippines Uncut. I'm your host, Buddy Kunana. Now, in this show, we talk about everything under the sun. And tonight, we're talking about our favorite advocacy here, the environment, and especially since we're celebrating Earth Day. And joining us to talk about Earth Day is a rising star in Philippine local politics, Councilor Hexon Alvarez of Santiago City. Hex, welcome to Philippines Uncut.
Hi, thank you for inviting me. It's truly an honor and a pleasure to be a guest here on your show.
No, I'm happy that you're here because actually, and I'll say it, you're the child of two very prominent parents. One, your father, former Senator Harrison Alvarez, now Climate Change Commissioner, right?
That's right.
And your mom, of course, is the famous Cecil Guidote Alvarez. And you are now following in their footsteps of public service. And they've been on my show several times on different occasions. I'm so happy that you're here now. And because I want to talk about you and your work and how you're involved in carrying on your parents' fight for to save the environment. Mm-hmm. Let's talk about you, Hex.
Okay.
What is your background and how did you get? Okay, of course you come from a political family, but what spurred you to do what you're doing now?
I guess it was just
so start ignition, count to zero. I just wanna be a superhero. With fearless thoughts, emotions swirl.